Hi, friends. I've just been going through books, thinking of some that you might enjoy, and each one I come across, I think, oh, I think this student would love this one, or this one really would connect with another kid. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm sure thinking of you and missing you. This story is called Long Shot by Chris Paul, and it's called Never Too Small to Dream Big. It's illustrated by Frank Morrison. I hope you enjoy it. Buppeta, 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 buppeta. Michael Jordan is stalled in double coverage. He looks for an outlet. Buppeta, 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 buppeta. Jordan sees Chris Paul streaking down the sideline. Paul is only 8 years old, but he's lightning fast, and Jordan makes the quick pass. Buppeta, 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 buppeta. Paul drives left, pulls back for the jumper. He lets it go and scores! The crowd goes wild! In your dreams, Chris. My brother CJ and his friends were just getting back from the playground, and they loved to tease me about my game. You're too small to play basketball, said one friend. And tiny, said another. Did we mention small? Added a third. And they all laughed. CJ stayed behind as his friends left. They're right, you know, Chris, he said. The ball is bigger than you are. I threw back my shoulders and I straightened up. Maybe, I said, but I've got good hands. Come on, help me practice. Tryouts are only a week away. Hey, called our mother from the doorway. What you boys need to practice is setting the table, eating your vegetables. Basketball will still be there after supper. At school the next day, I didn't pay much attention. All I could think about were the tryouts. When my teacher talked about math, I remembered what the average height of a player in the NBA was, 6 feet 7 inches tall. I was only 4 feet 1 inch tall, and I wasn't going to get much taller in the next few days. And that night, I was lying in bed when Mom came in. What are you thinking about, Chris? Coach is only going to take 15 players. What if he thinks I'm too small? Mom smiled. You're a great basketball player, Chris, but basketball isn't the only thing that matters. Your family matters. Your education does too. And worrying about your height won't make you any better. Just do the best you can with the gifts you have. And then she gave me a kiss goodnight, and I fell asleep, dreaming of a basketball moon shooting across the sky. But I was still feeling scared on Saturday when I helped out my grandfather, Papa Chili, at his service station. You look a little deflated yourself, said Papa Chili as I filled a flat tire. What's up? Everyone says I'm too small to make the basketball team, I said. Nothing wrong with being nervous, said Papa Chili. Look, Chris, you can't make yourself taller, but you can get faster and stronger. He winked at me. Work harder than anyone else on the court, and your size won't matter. Over the next few days, I spent hours and hours practicing. I shot layups, foul shots. I dribbled first with one hand and then the other. I ran sprints to build up my wind. And one day my brother came out onto the driveway where I was resting. Hey, Squirt, said CJ, I've been watching you. Really? I didn't know CJ ever watched me. Yeah, well, don't tell anyone, said CJ. But listen, when you drive to the basket, don't look at the ball. Your hand should know where the ball is without looking. I nodded. And when somebody tries to fake you out, don't watch their arms or their head. Keep your eye on their hips. Nobody goes anywhere without their hips. The night before the tryouts, I could hardly eat. Try to relax, Chris said. Dad, you're a good player. He isn't worried about being good, said CJ. He's worried about being short. It's true, I said. What if the coach makes up his mind about me before I even play? My father shook his head. A good coach will want to see what you're made of. And remember, Mom added, you're not alone in this. The whole family is behind you. There were tons of kids at the tryouts. All of them were taller than I was. My heart was pounding. I wondered if anyone could see it thumping out of my chest. Everyone looked excited, but a lot of us would be going home disappointed. And I knelt down and I retied my sneakers. Then I took a few deep breaths. And the coach split us into several teams. When my team took the court, I got the inbound pass. I dribbled up court. The opposing guard watched the ball closely, too closely. I faked a pass right, and then I went left for an open shot. Swish! Good move, Chris, yelled Dad. I got the ball back after the next basket, and the defense boxed me in. I forced a shot, but it was swatted away, and I knocked it to the ground. Careful, don't step on him, somebody shouted from the sidelines. I was done. I could feel it. I didn't dare look at the coach, but I heard Papa Chili cheering from the stands. He didn't think I was done. He thought I was just getting started. I picked myself up and I got back on defense. And the other team's biggest player had the ball. I watched his hips just like CJ had told me. And when he tried to fake right, I wasn't fooled. I darted in and I stole the ball. I heaved a chest pass to my teammate under the basket, and right at the buzzer, he scored. Afterward, we all waited for the big decision. The coach sat by himself for a few minutes looking at his notes, and then he stood up and came forward. You all looked great today, he said. Everyone should be proud of that. I held my breath. So here's our team for the coming season, and the coach named 3 centers, then the 6 forwards, and that left 6 spaces for guards. I wasn't the first player named, or the second. 3 more names went by, and there was only one left. What if it wasn't me? And Chris Paul, the coach finished up. I had done it. I had made the team. My parents and Papa Chili gave me a huge hug. Even CJ was impressed. Not bad for a squirt, he said. Nope, I said to myself. Not bad at all. Now, as I read this all about NBA superstar Chris Paul, yeah, this guy really played. He played in the NBA, and he became a famous basketball player. He was also a member of the 2008 U.S. Olympic team, which took home the gold medal. Friends, I hope you enjoyed learning about this story today. Thanks for listening.